Good morning. My name is Brian Gerkey. I'm the Director of Open Source Development at Willow Garage, a robotics R&D company in Menlo Park, California. So here's the problem. We don't have a standard toolbox for robotics. If you look back at the internet revolution in the 90s, that was enabled in large part by what was called the LAMP stack: Linux, Apache, MySQL, and Python, or Perl, or PHP. These were standard open source tools that entrepreneurs could use. They could compose them to bring their ideas for what would make an interesting, impactful internet company to reality. And we don't have that same thing for robotics. So what we're doing is building ROS. ROS, or Robot Operating System, is an open source ecosystem of robot software. It's libraries and tools for building robotics applications. These go from the communication middleware up through sophisticated algorithms like object recognition. And the goal of ROS is to enable grad students in a lab or hobbyists in a garage who have a creative idea for what a robot might usefully do in our lives and bring that idea to reality. Of course, we can't do this alone. And in nod to Stephen Johnson's talk this morning, this is a fourth quadrant effort. This is a crowdsourced map of ROS developers and users around the world. This really is a non-market network of individuals who are collaborating, and the community is growing at an exponential rate. We're seeing new applications of robots and new algorithms and new ideas being contributed to this community on a daily basis. To give you an idea of how ROS is used, people have used ROS to program robots to do everything from play musical instruments to make a traditional Bavarian breakfast in Munich. ROS has been used to control high-flying acrobatic machines. It's been used to control walking robots, robot arms that grad students have made in their labs. And at some point over the next today or tomorrow, you'll hear from my former colleague at Berkeley, Peter Abil, who has used the PR2 with ROS to do laundry. Now, we designed ROS for this robot. This is the PR2. It's a human-scaled, two-armed mobile robot designed for research labs. But already ROS is being used on a wide variety of platforms. So while I mentioned the non-market network that's behind the development, there's actually market impact already. These are all robots that you can buy now that ship with ROS inside them, from outdoor rugged robots to emotive toys to flying machines. Now, what's next? This is Henry Evans. Henry, about 10 years ago, suffered a brainstem stroke that left him quadriplegic and mute. After extensive physical therapy, he was able to have the control of his head and one finger, which allows him to provide mouse input to a computer. So we've been working with Henry.
To develop tools.
Can you kill the volume? Thank you. To develop tools that allow him to control the PR2. And already he's done things like move objects around in the world. One of his first requests was actually to be able to scratch his face. While Henry can't move his limbs, he has full sensation. So he has an itch just like all the rest of us. So what you're seeing here is the first time that Henry scratched his own face in 10 years. We're working now on more sophisticated tasks, such as shaving and other activities of daily living that Henry's looking for help with. This is a collaboration with our friends in Charlie Kemp's lab at Georgia Tech. So I'll leave you with that and say thank you to my excellent colleagues at Willow Garage and the whole worldwide ROS developer and user community. And I'll say to all of you, if you like robots, get involved. Go to ros.org to find out about ROS. You'll see all the documentation, how to use it with robots or in simulation. And if you'd like to get your own low-cost ROS-enabled robot, go to turtlebot.com. Thank you.